And as I mentioned, focus of the show and the reason that we want to do the interviews is to have a chance to kind of look into all the great stuff people are doing all over the place. And Iliana is a writer for the Stanford Daily, a student-run organization that focuses on hands-on experience in journalism and self-described video game enthusiasts. Iliana, thank you so much for joining us. You wrote this piece, Among Us, Minecraft, and Animal Crossing, video game during quarantine. Give us the background as to why you chose to write this story.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Sorry about the technical difficulties again. But really, why I chose to write this piece is I actually did a program with the Stanford Daily. I'm actually a high schooler who did this program called the Stanford Multimedia Program. And our assignment was to really write a piece um, um, that represented this multimedia, hence the images that I included. But what I really wanted to go for is something deeply personal to me and deeply personal to my experience during quarantine. Um, I feel like video games have really been a way to connect with my friends, as I mentioned in the article. And it's really been an outlet for me, especially during this whole period of remote learning, remote everything essentially. So I just really wanted to tell how my experiences um, have kind of been affected by video games to kind of convey to the readers how useful video games can be, even maybe to them if they want to try it out themselves. If they're feeling alone and they want to connect with their friends, maybe Among Us or Minecraft or Animal Crossing, anything is an option to get them started and to get them feeling more connected with their friends during this lonely time.
That's awesome. Yeah, as part of your piece, you interviewed Dr. Natalie Coyle. What did Dr. Coyle tell you that really stood out to you?
I think something that she told me that really stood out to me, and kind of what I also read in her writing. She has a website, Platinum Paragon, that really writes about researches of video games from a psychological perspective. And she wrote this piece about Animal Crossing and how its task-based format has kind of really helped people to feel some sense of like consistency during quarantine, and that's really why it's become so popularized and loved by many. And I asked her about this during our interview, and I was just really interested to hear her response and kind of how this affects people from the psychological point of view, because normally you don't really hear it in that sense. You kind of just think about it, oh, it's this fun game with these cute animals, and you go around and do tasks. But just hearing like exactly why it makes people happy was just really interesting. And of course, there's also a statistic that she told me that Blizzard has reported a sharp increase in sales, which I found was really interesting because I didn't know that before, that there was actually an increase in the uh, the players per month playing games. But I guess that really just goes to show these trends of how video games have helped many other people cope with quarantine.
Iliana Garner joining us on Gaming Morning Show, Stanford Multimedia Program participant, and wrote this piece, Among Us, Minecraft, and Animal Crossing, video gaming during quarantine. Iliana, you got to share with us more about these illustrations. This artwork is so impressive to me. Describe you as an artist and how you come up with this concept.
Yeah, so um, I think originally I was going to actually include the artwork from the source image because there was a source image that I kind of took the artwork um, reference referenced the artwork from. But I just um, as someone who's really artistically inclined, and I just love drawing and all of that, and I just thought that that would kind of be a little too easy for me, I guess you could say, just learning how to Photoshop these images on there. I thought that making it into these drawings would just be more personal to me, and it would just be overall really fun. Kind of getting to use my artistic abilities that I really embraced a lot during quarantine and even before quarantine would just be a really good addition to the article, and it would just kind of reflect more that personal aspect that I really tried to put into it.
Well, we appreciate you making time for us, and no worries. I mean, we're trying to route people all over the place in new studios that we've built. So at the end of the day, we were able to have you on, learn a little bit about what you're doing. What is your Instagram if anyone wants to follow you?
My Instagram is at illy.img. So that is ILY.img.
And we have that link in our chat as well. Iliana Garner, thanks so much for taking the time to join us on Gaming Morning Show.
Yes, thank you so much.